Yes, welcome back once again, my friends, to the RimWorld Zombieland series, where not only do we have Crimson, but we also have Private Ox alongside him, and where at the moment their lord and master, the chaos god known as Nurgle, has requested a show of their devotion and power. Yes, indeed, if Crimson and his comrades are going to lead Nurgle's forces into battle under his name, they're going to have to show that they're strong enough. And truly, at the moment, there is only one subject that is strong enough on this planet for Crimson and Private Ox to take on to prove their worth to Nurgle, the massive hordes of undead. Well, to no one's surprise, of course, that battle seemed to go into the favor of our two protagonists, or antagonists, depending on what side you're looking at them from. And in defeating this massive army of zombies, of course, they've earned the respect of their Lord Nurgle. However, with that being said, their work here on this planet is far from done. We need a base of operations. So of course, Crimson and Ox will travel city to city looking for a suitable place for a base that is worthy of their Lord Nurgle and themselves, as well as their forces that have yet to come. A nearby pirate city seemed quite ample for this opportunity, but of course we would have to clear out the inhabitants of the city, just as well as clearing out the occasional undead that are a bit chaotic and try to attack us, though they are our master's creation and Crimson is somewhat responsible for this entire zombie plague. They are still bloodthirsty agents of chaos that cannot be controlled. Regardless though, our master was always watching and we couldn't let him think that we were a bunch of sissy babies that weren't worthy of being his apprentices or slaves or whatever he turns us into, I suppose. Whatever it may be, Crimson didn't care as long as he got his revenge, his long-awaited revenge against the clones. Crimson would stop at nothing. He would conquer this city, every city on the planet. He will conquer multiple planets if that is what it takes to get his revenge. And alongside the new zombified Private Ox, he very well may fulfill his lust for vengeance. But as it currently stands, many obstacles still stand in the way, like conquering the rest of this planet, as well as the empire of this planet, who is currently here to try and stop us. Oh, those poor, dumb, foolish bastards, to think that they could stop us when they couldn't even simply stop a few undead from taking over the entire planet. Our justice, however, would be swift, as mountains of soldiers' bodies began piling up in the streets of this city. The shattered empire of this galaxy is indeed shattered, but the one of this planet will be decimated. And from the remnants of their soldiers, Nurgle will create something new, something beautiful. The armies of the undead shall rule this planet 10 times over, and chaos shall finally reign here, just as it will throughout the entire galaxy, and eventually, the universe. Crimson has truly come a long way, from teleporting himself here using the Void technology to basically being the cause and or ground zero for the zombie outbreak on the planet, using the Chaos God's powers. I know a lot of you guys in the comment section have been discussing and kind of debating exactly what has caused the zombie outbreak on this planet, and of course it is due to Crimson using the warp and the powers of Nurgle that has kind of caused this massive zombie plague and things like that. And of course, the powers of the Chaos Gods and the warp and everything have also ended up turning Crimson into a filthy, disgusting heretic who has turned his back on the Imperium, all for the lust of power and vengeance. There, of course, are still so many unanswered questions about Crimson's motives and what he plans on doing per se, though we don't know the exact specifics, of course, but something we do know is that his love for the Chaos God Nurgle has went on for a very, very long time. Even as far back to when he was still serving the Imperium. Behind his brothers' backs, behind closed doors, he was still worshipping him. A slithering snake in the grass, waiting for his chance to strike where it hurts. And in exchange, of course, the Chaos God would provide him with the skills and power that he would need so that he could survive and win battles that others could not. During several joint operations with the UNSC at clearing out insectoid hives, as well as battling the Covenant forces, Nurgle was there. He saw all, and he protected Crimson above all other things, his brothers having no idea that a heretic would stand among them. But of course there was one thing that Nurgle did not anticipate, nor did Crimson: the clone army. Of course, Napoleon, Wartward, and everyone else had no idea that this filthy space marine was worshipping a chaos god right under their noses. I mean, of course, the space marines didn't even know this, so how could we? But I digress. Regardless, however, Crimson has some pretty big plans, and only time will tell how all this goes. Of course, though, I want to thank you guys ever so much for watching. I apologize, I know this last episode is a bit preachy, but I want to save a lot of Crimson's big feats and plans and things like that for upcoming series and things like that. I don't want to give too much away or anything for anything I have planned. I want to thank you guys, though, once again for watching the Zombieland series. This is going to be the last episode in that series, unfortunately, but of course we'll see these characters again, and we may even see the zombies again at some point, of course, as well. That is, of course, if Nurgle is so kind and gracious to deem it so. But until next time, guys, I love you. I'll see you then. Goodbye.